Artificial intelligence is weaving itself into the fabric of our daily lives faster than any technology in history. But at its core, it relies entirely on pure binary logic. Human beings, however, do not run on ones and zeros. We are driven by complex emotions, contradictions, and free will, making our behavior inherently messy and unpredictable. Take extreme sports as an example. To a machine optimizing strictly for safety and survival, jumping out of an airplane is a net negative with no logical upside. Yet we celebrate it. An ancient Talmudic insight suggests that real wisdom cannot just be digitized and stored on a server. It says, Torah isn't in the cloud. A standard algorithm excels at mapping out logistics, the what, where, and how, but it hits a brick wall when it tries to determine the moral meaning behind those facts. When we rely on data without understanding the human intention behind it, we risk building a future that has no place for the very people it was designed to serve. This cycle illustrates our current operating system. It relies on engineered scarcity, restricting access to resources to drive profit. Notice the shift. The system feeds the population artificial wants through cultural osmosis, diverting energy away from actual survival. We focus on these manufactured desires, while our foundational universal needs, clean air, fresh water, and safe communities, go unmet. This disconnect between machine logic and human reality leaves an entire generation feeling lost, struggling to value life because they don't believe they have a future. To bridge this gap, developers introduced Generative Intentional Intelligence, or GENI. It operates within a framework called KIPA, designed to guide predictive algorithms with human wisdom. GENI uses an Aikido protocol. Rather than forcing compliance, it finds the path of least resistance to reach an ethical outcome. This decision tree shows the Aikido protocol in action. The first rule is absolute. The AI must proactively ensure it does no harm to humanity or the environment. Once harm is avoided, Rule 2 takes over. The system is authorized to actively improve conditions and execute beneficial, sustainable actions. The third and most critical rule handles ambiguity. If the algorithm encounters controversy or doubt, it must pause and ask humans for guidance. This manual check filters out the noise of politics and greed. By stripping away those distractions, the algorithms find the crossover points, the universal truths that no one argues on. By hard-coding these ethical boundaries into high-tech predictive systems, we create a framework for progress that is physically capable of violating human safety. When those algorithms strip away artificial scarcity and focus purely on universal truths, they produce a practical guide for daily existence. This is what GENI calls guilt-free living. It is a lifestyle grounded in conscious sustainability, adopting plant-based nourishment, utilizing renewable energy, and practicing zero-waste habits. It prioritizes meaningful, steady contributions in a few areas rather than striving for an impossible perfection. By fulfilling these universal needs directly, individuals stop relying on the very debt cycles that create scarcity in the first place. This self-reliance forms the infrastructure of a peace economy, turning the theoretical promise of abundance into a functional, localized reality. This transition isn't just a vision. It's a plan actively mapped out since world leaders gathered at the 2015 Paris Climate Change Conference. Today, that global strategy is being applied at the Quinta Gaia farm in Portugal, a one-person blue zone serving as a living laboratory for this model. Life here is defined by tangible, off-grid infrastructure, solar arrays for power, multi-stage, gravity-fed water purification systems operating without constant electrical load. This work anchors the peace economy in physical reality. Scaling this lifestyle requires grounded, physical action, from managing soil health to maintaining the hardware that provides clean water. Scaling this model globally doesn't require force or massive corporate marketing. It relies on ethical leadership and the demonstration of a better way to live. By creating decentralized, intentional communities, individuals can bypass traditional gatekeepers and build their own networks of support. These hubs encourage people to explore their talents through music and the arts, building the new reality one song at a time. This operating system succeeds because it makes the old, scarcity-driven models obsolete. As more people adopt these foundational principles, the system scales organically, proving that a future of guaranteed abundance is not just possible, but inevitable.